what's up everyone? It's that Weekend Warrior. Not long ago, I did a couple shorts about a spot in Longwood, Florida called DAVEY'S Toys. And I wanted to circle back to it because it's definitely become one of my favorite spots to go toy hunting. I want to talk about Davey, I want to talk about the toys, and I want to talk about some of the unexpected finds that I've picked up. First off, I've got to talk about Davey because he's awesome. I've been going to the shop for about 6 months to a year now, and like I said, it's become one of my favorite spots. When you walk in, Davey is incredibly welcoming. He wants to know, like, hey, how'd you hear about the shop? And he's truly appreciative that you are there. I find myself hanging out with him and just nerding out over toys and collectibles more than actually perusing. And so it's a great time, it's a great vibe, fantastic human being. Now, the shop has a little bit of everything, and when you first walk through the door, there are these two glass cases on the left and right hand side. On one side, there's a bunch of vintage horror figures, like Horror Migos, Aliens vs. Predator. He had this incredible Hellboy statue the last time I was there. And then on the other side, you have Jurassic Park, Ghostbusters, collector glasses, as well as an entire section dedicated to Ninja Turtles. You know, that makes me happy. But once you get through there, you get into the main room, and this is what I call Welcome to Davey's World. And Davey has toys for all ages and every type of collector. There is Masters Universe, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Barbie, you name it. And then you see he's got video game consoles and retro games as well. One thing that he had when I was there, and I just couldn't afford it, couldn't do it at the time, and I was drooling over it, was the Earthbound Big Box. If you're not familiar, that's a high-priced retro game, and he had it, and I drooled over it, but I couldn't do it at the time. Among other things available, he has board games, the old book and records, DC and Marvel toys, VHS. Honestly, it just keeps going and going. And as you're looking through, one of the things I do appreciate is Davey, like I said, will ask like what you're collecting, what you're into. And if you say, hey, I'm looking for X, he will say, let me check behind the counter, let me check in the back. And in one particular situation, I was there and I was just standing looking at the stuff behind the counter. And that's when I stumbled across something that I wasn't looking for, but had to get.
Ronin Warriors, Ryo, Rowan, Keto, Sage, and Sai. The only defense against the invasion of the evil dynasty. This small band of freedom fighters summoned the mysterious samurai forces to power form into battle-ready Ronin Warriors. Encased in their incredible modular battle armor, they sprang into power coil action, dealing the dynasty a crushing blow. Ronin Warriors! From DAVEY'S.
So who were the Ronin Warriors? They were a group of individuals that wore magical armor that was infused with different virtues. And their goal was to defend the mortal realm from the evil demon Talpa and his dark warlords. Sounds rad, right? It definitely was. That cartoon was awesome. And the toys were super cool. I hadn't seen these in years, and Davey had them, and I had to pick them up. One of the things I want to talk about with these toys is their articulation, if you will. I've not seen it before, I haven't seen it after. It's this, I'll just say it's weird to me. It's this kind of spring hinge effect, and I think it's to help with like the playability and the posability. I find it to be a little odd and a little hard to pose them, but it's definitely unique. Another thing is the decals. So getting the decals and find out where they went was essentially a scavenger hunt. I had to look at images online, I had to look at some of the cartoon, I had to like look at the card back, as well as the instructions that came with it. Now, Davey had these toys 100% complete. I hadn't seen that in years, but they also were carded. And I am sure some of you, as you're watching this right now, are like, are you serious? Like, why would you open them? Why would you take them off the card? And my answer is,
whatever, I do what I want.
But seriously, I had to open them. They are too cool not to put on display. Davey's Toys is a fantastic shop and I thoroughly enjoy going there. He's got an incredible selection and the prices are great too. But one of the best things about going to Davey's Toys is the fact that you get to hang out with Davey himself and nerd out. So if you're ever in the Orlando or Orlando adjacent area, head out to Longwood, Florida, go see Davey at Davey's Toys and tell him that Weekend Warrior sent you. As I'm getting to know people in the toy and game communities, I love learning about shops in your area and I've started to compile a list. So drop some of the links of your favorite local shops in the comments or send me a message. Also, if they have a whatnot space and do auctions, I'm definitely interested in learning about those too. I will put my profile link in the description. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to get notified when I drop new content. And until next time, be good.